How I Could Have Fixed Star Wars. J.J. Abrams, Rian Johnson, and Kathleen Kennedy completely ruined Star Wars by throwing away over 20 years of lore in favor of rewriting the characters of my childhood into complete failures so that their new characters could fix the problems the old characters left behind. I saw this with the first movie, and have written an essay on the subject, so won't go into that right now. This essay, this rant, if you will, or even if you won't, is how I could have fixed Star Wars at several points through Disney's tenure with it. Keep in mind, I'm not trying to be pompous, I just feel that almost anyone could have written a better story than this Disney group. Now, we start off with The Force Awakens. At first, I was cautiously optimistic, but the more I learned about the situation the galaxy was in, the more angry I got. It seemed like every book written after the movie was just an explanation as to why everything had become so horrible. None of these explanations made any logical sense. The New Republic had retaken Coruscant only to slap the Imperials on the wrist and tell them, don't do it again. Then they retreated to a tiny 5-planet system called Hosnian, planning to rotate the capital every couple of years. Then, to placate a couple of anarchists who were scared that the New Republic would become another empire, they ordered their military to sell and destroy all their ships until they had only 10% of their original strength. And somehow, within this time, Luke trained less than a dozen Jedi Knights, who all got killed when his sister and brother-in-law proved to be bad parents and not raise their son, his nephew, right. How hard is it to teach your kid, don't blow up planets, especially inhabited ones? Luke then ran away in shame, and everyone forgot about him. It just seemed like Disney was constantly making excuses to explain the sorry state of their story. That is a short version of how Disney tried to fix their problem. Now, here's how I would have fixed it. 1. No demilitarization. Say that the entire New Republic fleet was at the capital when Starkiller Base blew it up. The New Republic, in fear of reprisal and wanting to appear strong, could have grouped up all of their ships around the capital to defend it from a traditional attack by the First Order. The fleet's complete destruction would thus explain later why no one showed up. 2. No Hosnian. Make the planets that were blown up ones that we actually knew and cared about. Even Alderaan was explained to us as being Leia's home, peaceful and integral to the story. When I watched the movie for the first time, I was sad, because I thought it was Coruscant or Corellia, both planets that I knew and cared about. Particularly Coruscant, with a population in the billions. Additionally, Coruscant had a history that was so rich, even the Legends novels haven't scratched the surface. But Poe's mention of the Hosnian cataclysm completely went over my head. I just assumed Hosnian was a descriptive term in Star Wars for laser or Holocaust. 3. Luke. Give him a good reason why he left. Have it revealed in the next movie that he was training to become a super Jedi, or take on the entire First Order on his own. Or say that he sensed a greater danger coming, and left to either train or keep the other danger at bay long enough for the rest of the galaxy to get ready. Instead, we just got that he was moping because of a misunderstanding between him and his nephew. 4. Kylo. Give him an actual reason to have left the Jedi Order, rather than, I want power, or the dark side infected me. Here, I might be okay with the whole demilitarization or diplomatic stuff that the New Republic was doing. I would have had Luke send out his Jedi to police the galaxy and keep people safe. But, at every turn, having to respect the policies of the New Republic would lead to more people dying. Let's say, for example, a planet was committing atrocities against a minority population on its surface. However, the planet was not a member of the New Republic. The Jedi would want to help, but be forbidden from doing so, as the New Republic would forbid them from enforcing their laws on non-member worlds. This would cause unending frustration with Ben, and would make him want to find ways around the law. Perhaps the dark side would allow him to swoop in and kill or capture all the bad guys while no one was looking. And of course, the lure of the First Order, who didn't have to respect planets' individual rights, would appeal to someone for whom seeing how respecting a planet's individual rights could lead to genocide. 5. Knights of Ren. Now this is a little idea I came up with to explain what happened, or at the time would have happened, to Ezra Bridger. I came up with this before they ended Rebels. He joined Luke's academy and trained, but Luke's light side only teachings and restrictive policies led to Ezra being unable to save his love, Sabine, from the death at the hands of a villain outside New Republic jurisdiction. Disenfranchised with Luke's Jedi, Ezra would found his own order, in competition with Luke's. It would be called the Knights of Ren, W-R-E-N, named in honor of his lost love, Sabine Wren. The misspelling to R-E-N would come later. As time progressed, the First Order would infiltrate and corrupt the Knights from within, perhaps through Ben himself after he joined them. But those are just a few ways I could have saved the story after they came out with The Force Awakens.